Hello there and welcome to Vlog 18.
We are Chad and Claire, and we are currently in our 14th state on our one-year journey around the U.S. And we're doing this journey in our van Rover.
In our last vlog, we journeyed into the state of Vermont where we were pleasantly surprised by a yellow wonderland. And although we would have loved to stay longer, the journey must continue on. And so before coming to Burlington, we made a quick pit stop at the Ben & Jerry's ice cream factory where we got a scoop. And then from there, we got to see the tallest filing cabinet in the world right here in Burlington. And today, we're gonna go explore a little bit more.
So Burlington, Vermont. What even is the city like? It's actually the largest city in Vermont, but it's smaller than Portland, Maine, just to give it a size comparison. And what's really cool is you can see all of the mountains, and even just 10 minutes from downtown, you can be out in the farmlands or in the mountains. But we're gonna explore it more today, and we'll see what else it has to offer.
I really wish we brought our bikes along because we are currently on a 14-mile bike path that goes across the lake, and that's just wild. Like, it would be so fun to bike up and down this path.
There have been several times on our trip that we have wanted bikes. This is definitely one of them, because when we lived in Savannah when we were in school, we actually biked to class like pretty much every day, and that's definitely one thing that I do miss doing. We could possibly bring it on the back of the van, but I don't think we really want to because it's just more gas mileage, another thing to worry about, but it sure would be nice.
All right, we are now on to Church Street. We just got into the city and Chad found us a parking spot that was already paid for, so we didn't have to pay for parking. After window shopping a little bit, we said goodbye to Burlington, and we are now grocery shopping right before we head back into the forest for a couple days.
So we have just arrived to where we are going to park for the night. It is in Camel's Hump State Park here in Vermont, and it's right off of Honey Hollow Road. There's a big opening here in like a gravel lot, so we're able to see the stars tonight, hopefully, and we're gonna make some pasta, and it's gonna be amazing.
Chad is literally the biggest scaredy cat ever. Oh my gosh, so there are all these coyotes outside and they're like, oh, and then Chad was like, ah! Making all these coyote sounds to scare them away.
So, to add some information, I was way away from the van in the pitch black dark filming the star time lapse, and Claire's in the van, nice and sheltered, and all I'm hearing is coyotes from all sides. It's not just like from one direction, like far away. There's like multiple sides, so I'm like, they're probably surrounding us. And anyways,
I think humans are a lot scarier than
I agree,
coyotes.
But if I heard a human, I would not even be out there anymore.
And then they stopped howling for a little bit, and he's like, oh, they're probably really close and sneaking up on us. Then I start to get scared. Anyways, Chad is not the best person to travel in the darkness with.
I am a precautious person. I keep us safe.
Anyways, it took him like 1,000 years to get that time lapse, so do enjoy.
So we are now in Camel's Hump State Park, and we are going to call it a night because tomorrow we are going on a little trail hike, and we will be driving to the Green Mountain State Forest, I believe. So good night.
Good morning from Vermont. It is freezing outside. Literally not kidding. I think last night it dropped below freezing and I am ready to go explore. Chad's been looking on all trails all morning to find a good hike for us so that hopefully we can warm up a little bit.
It's so cold.
All right, Chad, what do you find?
I found it is called Libby's Look Loop. It is a 2.4-mile hike with level terrain. And then I'm also looking at iOverlander to find a place for us to park tonight. And then other hikes we can do later, as well as stopping through at a Walmart on the way.
Shoes for my prince.
Thank you.
Boy. Go, go, go!
Anyways, that's what we have to do every morning and every night and just all the time.
It's so chilly. Quick breakfast before the hike. This is today's spread. So very quickly before we head out on our hike, I want to talk about Vermont because this is crazy. I never heard about Vermont growing up and it just wasn't talked about, at least from where I was from. And I'm very grateful at this very point that we're taking this road trip around the US and that we've committed to seeing all 50 states because otherwise I would have never come to this state. And I'm so glad that I did. It's gorgeous and I can't stress this enough, but everyone needs to come to Vermont. It's so underrated and I love it here. Right here is the Camel's Hump, which is what the park is named after. We didn't get to hike it this time, but there they are, shining in all its glory. Boop, 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 boop. We have made it to a spring that looks kind of like a memorial. It is in memory of someone, but now people can come here and collect some free water.
So as we wait for the water, I discovered something.
It's terrifying.
Let's show what Claire looks like. Claire never takes out the trash, and I'm making her take out the trash.
Well, trash is Chad's job. One of his jobs, so it's not my responsibility.
You're back online.
Thank you.
We've made it to Green Mountain National Forest and we are actually parked on a road called Mount Tabor Road and it offers free overnight camping. So we get to park here for free for 3 nights and it'll be our home for the next couple days.
So after dinner, Claire and I started to discuss exciting things in the future. We actually called my brother. We will tell you more about it later, but we are going to head to bed because tomorrow's just going to be another beautiful day. And I'm just so excited for what the future has in store. All right, bye.
Good morning, Chad.
Good morning. So at the start of our trip, I tried to stretch more, but then it got really cold. And it's finally nice enough to actually get out of the van and like stretch again. And I love it. It is so nice because you can look up and just see all these colorful leaves.
Chad and I haven't really discussed much in our videos is we have these business meetings because we have all the time in the world to sit around and kind of discuss what our dreams are for this channel and just our branding in general. And so I'm just so excited because we have some bigger things coming up later on, and we'll be able to share that when the time comes. But in the meantime, we are taking a work day, and Chad is trying to finally get a music bed membership for us just because we've been using YouTube Studios like free music, and we've kind of gone through all the good ones at this point. And so he's trying to do that, and while he's figuring all that out, I'm trying to get back into fiber craft because something you guys don't know, I did bring a huge bag of yarn and fiber materials with me, and I'm trying to get back into that and create a couple things that hopefully I can sell on my Instagram, and they'll just be really fun, very therapeutic. I'm excited to get back into it finally because I took a very long break over the summer and the past 2.5 months that we've been on the road. I just still can't get over that this is free camping. We're not paying anything for this.
What are you up to, Claire?
I am needle punching. Basically, I have this wooden needle and you thread yarn through it and you just stab a piece of cloth over and over, and it will basically create these loops that end up kind of looking like a rug. And like this is the back side of it.
They look good. You're whipping them out.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a tiny little series of just 6 tiny series in a tiny van, and they'll be on sale later on my Instagram.
Claire and I have had a pretty great day just parked out with the van, and we are also frantically making dinner because there's a lot of rain that's supposed to come tonight. This is the first time Claire has cooked outside of the van. What do you think?
I like sitting in the van because everything is within arm's reach, which means I can be faster at what I do.
Good job, Claire. So we enjoyed a nice dinner, and now it is starting to rain. It is much later, and Claire is still working into the night.
Last one. But these are the ones I have so far.
So we will officially be leaving Vermont tomorrow, and we'll be heading to New York, to Albany. It's kind of crazy that Vermont's already over, but until we see you tomorrow, good night.
Good morning. It is our final day in Green Mountain National Forest, and we are actually heading out of Vermont, which I'm very sad about. I've loved it here, but again, we must move on, and so we are going into New York, and our first stop will be Albany. Hello, we have now entered New York, and right when we crossed the border, just a couple miles in, we saw this massive chair that was made out of wood, and we were like, we have to stop because Chad's name and my name combined can either be Clad or Chair, and so it's kind of like, chair forever if we went and took a picture by it. But anyways, that was a cute little stop, and now we are heading to, what's it called? To a fire watchtower, and hopefully we can climb all the way to the top and look around and perhaps fly the drone. Currently parked by a nice little lake, but yeah, New York's really pretty as well.
So as we said earlier, we are hiking to a fire tower, which actually didn't become popular until like the 1930s is when this one was built. It all kind of started because in the early 1900s there was a huge fire and destroyed a lot of the rainforest in New York. So this tower was actually one that was saved because in the 70s they started taking down a lot of them because they were really old and they were kind of liability thing. So then they restored this one. This is one of the last ones in this county, and I'm really excited to go see what it looks like.
Update, Chad got a mini slaughtering from the drone.
When we were on top of the tower, I was trying to catch it and flip it, but I flipped it slower because we're on top of this giant tower and I had the controller in my other hand and I don't want to drop this drone, so I'm holding on for dear life as I flipped it and it didn't turn off, so then I'm bringing it in towards me and then one of the blades cuts me because I have to turn off the button because it won't turn off, and now it sliced the very tippy top of my pinky finger. It sliced like meat off. Like it's not terrible, but it's definitely very, very annoying.
There it is. Looks like a tiny little human bit, Chad. Would you prefer that or get cut by the drone?
I'd rather be cut by the drone. At least it's my own doing and not a tiny bite. Alright, so after cutting my finger from the drone, we actually just found a place to park. There was a nearby little library that we were parked at working on this video, so we never really made it to Albany, and I think we might just be passing through tonight. But we're going to end the vlog here. Thank you so much for watching, and definitely join us on our adventures in New York in the next vlog. Alright, bye.